Howdy. Welcome back to another car chat with Macy, except we're outside in the wilderness. Yes, it's summertime. It's getting warmer, which means my car is literally a death trap for an episode, which is plenty of time for car chats. But now, guess where I am based on my surroundings? Wow. Yes, if you guessed under my trampoline in the corner of my backyard, you'd be correct. You'd be correct. We gotta get creative in it, all right? Being home is an adjustment, all right? It's been kind of interesting. It's hard not to resort back to I don't know if this is just my experience, but I hope it's not. It's hard not to resort back to high school type of behavior and responses when my family does something that makes me upset, or I'll read into things that I wouldn't usually read into with anybody else, but because it's my family, I'm you meant it this way. Usually not. All right, usually not. Life update. Apparently when I was a little kid, this is important for you to know. If you're new here, hi, I'm Macy. I love you. Sorry, is that too much too fast? Sorry, let me chill on you. I'm excited to get to learn more about you and get to know you further. I love you. If this is your first impression of me, I am upset that this is how we have to start things off, but hey, that's okay. The more you know, the more whatever, the more you know. Apparently when I was a kid, I was a window licker, up against the glass. Learned that about myself coming home. I had to sit with that, and I had to wrestle with it as I'm 20 years old, and not as if I was 15, 17, I'm going to my room, I'm locking my door. I think I did react like that to something already this summer. I've already hid in my room. I can't remember what exactly happened, but I was I'm done. I'm just gonna go in my room and hide. All right, so let's be adults, let's be mature 20 or somethings that we are, but I don't know. I think coming home, I'm let me just resort to being immature, because they know my immature self. They know messy Macy, lazy Macy, that's in my family. There's 4 of us. Okay, mom, dad, Grace, me. Grace is my older sister. She's amazing. I literally love her to pieces, but she's hardworking. When she's bored, her default is let me pull some weeds. She works hard for our fam. In high school, I'm trying to become better at this. I was leaving messes, messy Macy, hence the vibe, throwing fits, annoying younger child behavior. That was me. And so it's hard not to resort back to that of now I'm off on my own at college, and I actually work out. I'm not super lazy. I actually clean. I'm actually the clean one. That's ridiculous. Actually insane for me to wrap my head around. I'm the clean one. I'm the crazy clean one that's dang Macy, chill on us. That's me. What? So I'm growing, I'm maturing, It's weird to come back and be whoa, whiplash, hit with waves of high school level emotions. What? So that's what we're working through, we're working on. But that's why I'm filming outside, because I feel in my room there's too much that has happened in there that it's I'd be talking to you I'm 17. So why don't I seclude myself to the pits of doom and despair in the backyard and talk to you from here? Dude. I thought it was gonna be quieter too, but the neighbor's dog saw me, freaked out. I was hi, shh, shh. The birds are chirping. I hope you can't hear them. Maybe you can. I don't know. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this discussion. All right, what do I want to talk about? Oh, speaking of age, I say I'm 20, but I think I act like a millennial, genuinely. I've worked very hard to get where I am, where I'm so secure and guarded that I can act like my weird middle school self. Lit. Weird Macy's coming out, all right? I used to ride horses. I used to do theater. Just weird things that I suppressed over the course of middle school and high school, and maybe not intentionally, but based on the culture of who I was around. I was oh, got it. That's not gonna get me probably into the rooms I want to get into if I keep acting this weird. So I would suppress. But now I'm at a point where wait, I actually like this stuff, and I actually like being a little bit weird, all right? Sue me. Unfortunately for me, my middle school self weirdness is millennial humor. Uh-oh. I just did a thing. That's the vibe that I get. The Zoom, I am a millennial. Yeah, I don't know. I just relate a lot to millennials. I like minions. I like memes. I send GIFs. Unironically. I mean, it's ironically, but I am laughing when I send them. I think I have millennial tendencies, and I wonder what like Gen Z things are like the next generation going to be like, obviously you're Gen Z, like yikes, you know what I mean? Like I'm very curious about that, but that's something I'm working on, is to not be so millennial, but also I'm happy I get to be weird and expressive, and it's very freeing because I'm like, my identity is protected, you know what I mean? Like when people are like, oh, that was weird, I'm like, yes, but like the core of me isn't affected, you know what I mean? Like it's like, how can I word this? If I encounter someone like on the streets, maybe not the streets, but if I encounter someone and they're like authentically different and like goofy and like comfortable, I'm like, that person is incredibly secure, and like I know they're defended. Like it's not a defense mechanism to be weird, like you can't be weird to protect yourself, that's not how it works. But if you're already protected, then like the weirdness is like has a safe space to come out, you know, because there's a fence around it. Jesus, be a fence all around me. That's a song. I didn't make it up. That's a song. Speaking of songs, some of my friends from high school, we all supported them. Like we all went out and like watched them. They did like a live music thing, and they sang and they played their violin and guitar and harmonica, and it was the cutest thing ever, and I was so proud, and like literally like it lit me up from the inside. Like I was like, this is the best thing ever. I just love live music. I love people being brave and leaning into something that connects everybody, and like watching people connect with music, and it was just the cutest thing ever. I loved it so much. I was so happy to be there. I was so proud of them, and it makes me like more invigorated to continue my guitar learning journey, which is awesome. And I'm terrible at it, you know, and that's okay, you know, because music is a universal language, and music is a part of my identity, even if it's not something I can produce yet. And like if you're a music lover, like you do have a place in those spaces, you know what I mean? Like if you're a rock climbing lover, you have a spot on a mountain, even though you're not climbing it, you know, you can hang out there, you know? And I forget that's an option, because like you don't have to be good to love something. I think that's just so cool. That's so cool. Yes. And everyone's like, oh, I love music. Yeah, everybody loves music, but like it's just cool, because even though it's something everybody loves, it's specifically unique to you or to whoever loves music, which is so beautiful. But that was super cool. What else is going on in my life right now? I work at the church I've gone to for, let's see, I got baptized 2016? But I've been going there since I was 9. So 11 years. I've been going to this church for 11 years. And it's so interesting because the people on staff that now I'm working with have seen me at every phase, every era, and maybe they don't recognize that, like they didn't know me then, like for 11 years, but like I was going there at the same place, and some of them encountered me at different ages and eras, and it's just so interesting because I'm like, y'all know me, and like it's hard for me not to like shrink myself back into like what I was when I left for college, to make it more palatable and more comfortable, and like, yeah, like, okay, maybe I'll wear like what I wore in high school, because why would I wear what I've been wearing in college? Not like it's like crazy inappropriate. It's just my style has changed and evolved, and the way I speak has changed and evolved. I'm like, yeah, no, I could be goofy with my college friends, but I might not be goofy with my high school friends, stuff like that. But being like the same person, being consistent is a huge pillar for me, for a lot of people, but like it's something I really value, is like, am I the same person everywhere I go? And maybe like depending on like the situation, you might like present different aspects of yourself, but the core of you is the same. And if somebody asked you about like, oh, like tell me about that Jesus stuff you do on the side, like it's not a surprise, you know, like parts of your character aren't surprised, they've been there the whole time. But some people, you know, unlock different layers of it and blah blah blah, whatever. But I believe in consistency and lack of confusion, because that comes from authenticity, being authentic to who you are and what you believe in, your principles. Oh, speaking of authenticity, people hate a liar. Mr. Hollywood. One of my friends said, you Hollywooded them, to somebody who was like, I'm so-and-so, what's your name again? Or not again, sorry, just like went up to the same person like 3 times in the course of maybe an hour, and was like, hi, what's up? Good to meet you, bro. Like, what's your name? And she's like, dang, you've been Hollywooded. And I thought that was like the perfect phrase. Yes, you literally have been Hollywooded. Like, you aren't better than anyone, and fake charisma is not charisma. There is no such thing as a counterfeit for genuine charisma and authenticity. Because I feel like charisma, maybe I should look this up before I start spewing lies. Being charismatic means possessing a magnetic, charming personality that naturally draws people in and inspires trust or loyalty. Let me go charismatic in the actual dictionary, because I don't really like the AI definition. A person who possesses special traits that attract, inspire, or fascinate other people. A person possessing charisma. You cannot fake any of those things. All right? You can't use How to Influence and Win Friends and Influence People, that one book where it's like you say that person's name over and over and over again. You know what I'm talking about? Where they're like, oh my gosh, Macy, 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 and then you suddenly are magically attracted and allured to them. That's not how it works. And I think I've noticed it a lot in people who go to IU, but also I go to IU, so I'm sure it's popular everywhere. But our business school is called Kelly, and they're literally known as the Kelly kids, and they exhibit a sort of false charisma, false authenticity. It doesn't work. You hear those words don't work. False authenticity. It doesn't mix together. You can't fake traits that attract, inspire, or fascinate other people. Like that comes from being interesting alone. That comes from being genuinely interested in other people. You can't act like you're super excited to meet somebody and then forget their name and reintroduce yourself several times. Like you didn't even take the time to memorize their face or take in their face. Like you don't even recognize their face. Crazy. Don't Hollywood people, be genuine. Fake charisma isn't real. Like, that sounded so stupid. Fake charisma isn't real. Yes, it's not real. But like, there's nothing you can do to fabricate interest in another person. Like, you won't, and like same with the Kelly Kid, the business thing, they have a lot of classes on how to be, and I know a lot of kids from Kelly and they're chill. My sister's in Kelly, like there are exceptions. But the Kelly kids, like the token Kelly kids, they take the classes that they learn people skills and psychology in, and then try to use it in a replacement of interpersonal skills. And you can't. Like you can't use phrases, catchphrases, or keywords or trigger words to make people interested in you. They Hollywood. They walk around and they don't care. Their head is on themselves and not on the people around them. Like, nothing irks me more, and I'm sure that's popular for other people too. Nobody likes someone who's inauthentic or who, like, literally, you know, when you look at somebody and their eyes glaze over, they're thinking about something else, and then they just go, yeah. They start looking over your shoulder, looking for anyone behind you. Like, that's not, I'm right here. Like, don't pretend like you just want to look busy and you want to look important, like you have people to talk to, but you're not actually talking to me. You're not actually thinking about me when I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? Like, you could just feel that. And that's something I don't want to implement. And I don't think Jesus did that either. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I really don't think Jesus did that. I think Jesus wasn't, this is about me. My biggest goal is to be untouchable. Like, to be a girl who, like, she's cool, she's like from a distance, but like people don't want to approach or hurt or attack or whatever, like just comes off me, which I think that's important. Having things roll off you is important. But Jesus was touchable. And that sounds weird, but don't think of it in a weird way. Think of it like his clothing, like the garment, like that woman chased him, put her hand on his garment, and he like allowed himself to be tangible for us. He came down, shrunk his glory down into a human form. Incredibly uncomfortable. If someone's uncomfortable in their body, Jesus knows all about that. You know what I mean? Like, he knows all about that. But he shrunk his glory down into a human, fleshy, baby-sized human person, so that we could touch him, so that he could be tangible. He had his wounds in his hand, and one of his disciples was like, I won't believe it until I see it or touch his hands. He let himself be touchable. And I think inside we all crave Jesus. We all crave someone like Jesus, and like someone who is touchable, someone who allows themselves to be like, they're incredible, they're cool people, but they allow themselves to be impacted. And Jesus wept. Even though he knew he was going to raise Lazarus from the dead, he wept because he allowed himself to be touched and moved by other people. I like people who and I want to be more like Jesus, so I want to be touched and moved by other people. I want to be touchable instead of untouchable and like above anything, because I'm not. I want to fully experience something and then let it go. But you can only let something go, let a moment pass, by fully letting it saturate your soul. Anyways, I got a little deep on you, so let's get some levels back a little bit. Here's the debate. What do y'all think about full frontal hugs? What do y'all think about that? One of my friends, and I love her to bits and pieces, she believes in full frontal hugs with everyone. I don't think I can agree. I think full frontal hugs, like I'm talking about like bear hug, like hands are on like the back, the neck, like everything is being compressed, like pressed against another person, like rocking back and forth type of hug, like someone's legs are on the outside of your leg. Like it's like an intimate thing for me in my head. That's reserved for best friends and fam. But like fam when it's, and like both of those, I guess. Best friends and fam, and only those when it's like, I haven't seen you in a long time, I'm seeing you in a place I wouldn't normally see you, I'm excited to see you, there's something really sad going on, I don't know what's happening. That's it. And let me tell you, I was gonna say let me remind you, but just you wouldn't know this. None of my best friends in the whole wide world are boys. I got brothers, but they're not my best friends. Like I would never give them a full frontal hug. No, I'm a side hug. It should feel awkward. You should feel a little bit uncomfortable with that. You know what I mean? You know, like if you feel like, I don't know, something about a full frontal hug. It's too intimate for like just anyone, and you gotta discern. You know what I mean? Like you can't just give it to everyone because there's some weirdos out there. You know, and you gotta discern. Like, why are you trying to give me a hug? You know. In my opinion, as a girl, you need to be wary of giving full frontal hugs to anyone. I'm not into it. That's my opinion. What do you guys think about full frontal hugs? No. Okay, let's see. What else is there? What left is there to talk about? I feel like we kind of covered the bases. Let's see. Oh, I wrote about toe rings. Hey! I have been a fan of toe rings. I decided to, okay, I'm not going to show you because there are weirdos out there. You know what I mean? Not any of you guys, but, you know, just to be wary. I wear toe rings. I wear 2, 1 on each foot, and it's cute. And I have my French tip toes because I paint them myself. Like I take care of my feet because they're cute, and I feel cuter when my feet are cute. That's how it is. You know what I mean? But in the summer, now my toes are out. Now it's exposed, and now the self-care that I've been doing for me is now on display. All right, and it makes me uncomfortable, unfortunately. But I'm not going to stop this ritual routine that I have of painting my toes and putting rings on when I have open-toed shoes. I don't wear rings with socks because that's like extra, but like it's cute, okay? It's cute, but I've gotten so many comments on them in public, in real life, not like YouTube like real life comments of like, oh, like you got toe rings on. Oh, like it's just a shock. Like, why would you take care of your feet? But you should. Why not? It's cute. I'm not sure what I was meaning to say here, other than my feet are cute, but I shouldn't be saying that probably. Yeah, but it's just like, I found myself going, oh, I kind of want to stop this. I feel like I'm drawing a lot of attention to my toes by doing this like extra self-care and like making them look cute. I've actually brought more attention than when I didn't make my feet look cute, and I would get some comments on like, dang, your toes are long, or like, dang, your feet are red. My feet and my hands and everything like swell up, turn red when I'm hot, get purple, and like lose blood flow when I'm cold. Don't know why. It's the phalanges. What can you say? I'm not sure why, but I would get comments on like, oh, your feet are bright red. I'd be like, yes, they're not burnt. Actually, one of my little campers, he was so cute. He used some of his sunscreen on my feet, and he was like, you need to figure that out. And I was like, thank you, buddy, you're right. Except it's not burnt, I'm just warm. Just need to go inside. Just a little bit toasty. Anyways, I would get some comments on my feet then, so then I was like, okay, let me elevate. And now I'm getting more comments than before about my feet, and like, I don't know, like, what do I do about that? There's no winning with feet, because like, some people are really weird. I think that's a very small number of people. I want to look that up, actually. This is going to be a weird statistic. Oh, shoot, I was expecting to like shut this down. I didn't think the feet thing would be that popular, but apparently 1 in 7 adults have fantasies involving feet. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Shoot. Dang. Ew, that's actually really gross. Sorry, don't mean to yuck your yum, but that's actually really gross. And it's also, that actually makes me think. I don't have my feet out anymore. But I feel free with my feet out, so I'm gonna do it. I don't know. And that's just the womanly dilemma, I think. Cover your feet, be a little bit contained so that men won't be weird about it, or let the dogs out and people will be weird about it. I don't like calling them dogs either. That feels like I'm dehumanizing something that's a part of me, and I was made this way, and they can be special. All right? I'm just talking a lot about toes. I don't mean to do that. And now I'm uncomfortable knowing that people are into that. I'm sorry. Okay, let's move on. What else? Oh, lately I've been feeling a lot like, you know that that gif with the jester with the Jeff. Oh, the gif with the jester and the princess. Wait, I'm gonna try to see if I can do it and you can see me. Oh wow. He's like dancing. You know what I'm talking about? Dang, it's kind of hard to get under here. Fee, fi. You know what I'm talking about? That gesture gif thing. I'm sure you don't need the actual gif now because you know what I'm talking about because that was perfect, but here it is. Here it is, over here. Yeah, I've been feeling a lot like that lately. Like, bro, yeah, I've been feeling like a lot like that gif, the jester. And the princess, I don't know who it is. I don't know who the princess is. I just feel like I'm like, hee hee hee, look at me, look at this, look at what I'm doing, look at this. It's so annoying. And I deleted Instagram during finals week, and so it's been like 4 weeks without Instagram. And I'll go on my computer and like check my friends' posts and stuff like that, but it's like 5 minutes max because it's not really fun to scroll on your computer, I found. But yeah, it was just like, I was like, maybe I'm performing for that. But it's been like 4 weeks of no short form content, and I've noticed logistics and statistics have gone down because apparently that gets to a lot of people. But I feel like a jester when I post short form content. I'm sorry. It doesn't feel like me. It feels like I'm just like a yay, look at me. I'm so simple. Because if you try to get all deep and complex on an Instagram reel, girl, you get inflamed. I found that out the hard way. Yeah, Instagram is like it's feisty. They don't like you, which is cool. Like they're looking for reasons to not like you. Let me rephrase. So if you don't give them any and you just post cute outfit things and thrift hauls, which I like doing, it's fun. What was I saying? Oh, so I deleted Instagram, and that was the gesture jumping around feeling, and I was like, maybe that'll dissipate because I'm no longer on Instagram, you know, and I'm not posting short form content, at least for the first like half of the summer, because I just don't have the capacity to. I'm busy, bro. I'm happy that I'm like surviving and thriving and having time for things that I love as well. But like I have 2 summer classes. I like posting, but it takes a long time to edit, you know. I have a work like 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday. And then, you know, you come home and you just go to bed. You work out, go to bed. I don't know. There's a lot going on. So I'm like, short form has to go. All right, I don't have time. So I deleted that, whatever. That I just keep talking in circles. We're back to where I wanted to speak. And I was like, surely this feeling of performing will go away. But I've just rechanneled the gesturing to work. To all, like, there's like 20 of us, like, intern, like, my age kids that I've grown up with for 11 years. And it's so fun because I love them all so deeply. And, like, I'm genuinely, like, so deeply invested in each of them. Like, I'm so interested in all of them. Like, the stories God's writing there is, like, the coolest thing. And I'm so excited to, like, continue our friendship because, like, it's just, once you, like, endure sounds like it's hard. Like, it's just physically taxing, mentally, spiritually taxing, but it's so worth it and so like valuable. But once you go through something like camp month together, you are solidified with me. Like we survived something together because it is challenging, but it's like, wow, we've witnessed so much goodness and so much challenge together, and you're an A+ in my book, and I'll never forget ya. I'm not sure if that's how everybody feels, but that's how I feel, and whatever. So I literally love everyone I work with, and I just want everyone to feel 100% of my attention all the time. So I'm like bouncing around from person to person. How are you? What's going on? How you doing? I can't wait for you to experience. And it's just like, calm, chill on them. You know what I mean? Because I'm like hearing myself from like a third perspective, and I'm like, bro, like I'm a lot. You know what I mean? Which is fine. Like, it's cool to be a lot if I'm a lot of me. And yeah. And I leave and I'm like, whoa. Sorry about that. But also, like, I'm glad. I hope you feel the love that I have for you, but also it's kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot. All right? Whoa. Doesn't really smell like anything. It's supposed to. The more I'm like getting into like full-time job schedule, I just work 8 to 5 and I have Fridays off. So not even full-time. The closer I get to a full-time schedule, the more I'm like, there is literally no such thing as work-life balance. You spend, let's see, 40 hours a week. I'm bringing out the calculator. There's 168 hours in a week, okay? You spend 40 hours a week working. So we're down to 128 for your life, all right? And then, shoot, let's say you sleep 8 hours, 7 days a week. I'm gonna cut out the time that it takes me to calculate this because that's too embarrassing. So 128 minus 56 when you're sleeping, because you should sleep 8 hours. And if you want to actually enjoy your life, you have to sleep 8 hours. Also, someone's argument for not sleep. I am such a big advocate for sleeping, drinking water. Don't argue with me about that. Like, what do you mean? I don't need to sleep. You aren't the only human being in the world that this doesn't apply to. You do need to sleep, and you not sleep. I function well. I can't even tell that I haven't slept in 5 days. We can. And like, imagine how much better you'd run with better sleep, eating better, drinking more water. What are you talking about? All right, anyways, we're down to 72 hours. All right? That's about 5 hours averaged out per day. All right, what can you do in 5 hours? Follow your dreams? No, like, it just doesn't make sense. You spend all day 8 to 5, and then you go to bed at 10 to get all your hours, so you wake up at 6:30 next morning. That's only a couple hours of life if you're looking for a work-life balance. So you better love what you do, bro. You better love what you do, or you should get off at noon, right? Yeah, get your money and run, all right? Because there's no such thing. And like, what you do better energize you so that you can have time. If you eventually want to have a family, you want to have kids, that takes up a lot of your attention. And if you want to be fully present, you better be like invigorated by what you do and believe that it matters and have a why for it. Don't do it. Don't just, I don't know if anyone who's watching this is like in like a post-grad era right now of like looking for a job, but don't settle for salary, because that is not where value is. There is no such thing as work-life balance, bro. You gotta love your job. You gotta be invigorated by it. You gotta be energized so that you can love your life too, because your life is your job. I hate to break it to you. Yeah. Let's see, we talked about a lot. We talked about toes. We talked about, what else did we talk about? That's all I can remember. Being fake versus being authentic. Toes, live music. I think I just shared everything that's on my mind. There's nothing else for me to say. All right, well, love you guys so much, like genuinely. All right, well, that's all I gotta say. I love you guys. Stay weird, but like not in a millennial way, unless it is genuine and authentic. How do millennials sign off? All right, guys. Merp. I just did a thing. Please like this and share it with your friends. Hit that bell for further notifications. That felt millennial. I don't know. Minions tonight. Just put a minion like meme here, and then that's good enough. All right, bye guys. Love you. I'll see you next week.